20th century Europe was a powder keg, and like tinder its imperial thrones, where nationalists and revolutionaries were to assassinating rulers prone. And if Lenin's dream of a Soviet regime was the first in a series of sparks, ideologically based, the Cold War can be traced back to Adam Smith and Karl Marx. Wealth will grow, wrote Smith, if the nation's wealth creators are free to make gains. Proletarians, cried Marx, unite, you have nothing to lose but your chains. An armed atheist minority usurping authority, one party, one man to lead them, against majority rule after voting part fueled by debate. Industry nationalized, whereby the state deprived entrepreneurial freedom, against profit the catalyst for wealth in the capitalist state. After safeguarding borders, a whole new world order of post-revolutionary regions, against the right of all nations to hear and to heed their own voice. Hearing Truman abuse armed minority coups, Cominformed called for allegiance to socialist greed, obviating the need for choice. The Cold War was a way of strife between alternative ways of life, their ideological rivalry rife with the prospect of confrontations. One party versus two or more, a state or privately owned shop floor, a global Marxist empire, or a world of sovereign nations. To Harry S. Truman, the Soviet Union was anathema, blind to experience, while to Stalin the West barred the door to a less deviant world. Marshall aid, 15 billions, faced Stalin's battalions, hence mutually blamed interference. And NATO was formed while more insults between them were hurled. Though splitting the atom meant Truman could blacken Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and without Stalin's aid hold victory parades in Japan. Once Stalin went nuclear, it made only too clear destruction assured for each party, with the setting of battle sites from their own satellites planned. The Cold War was a way of strife between alternative ways of life, their nuclear capability rife with assurances of mass destruction. Nuclear weapons under locks and keys, while still piling up stocks of these, avoiding conflict they could not reprise, but unable to agree reduction. The Soviet Iron Curtain made new tensions certain as East Europe bowed to coercion, where elections were rigged in the communist bid to win seats. The new West German state provoked Berlin's blockade, which compelled intense Western exertion, whose airlift proceeded till Stalin conceded defeat. But then Mao Zedong's victory made China fit to be Stalin's first communist equal, and roused US guilt at not having built stronger walls. Events in Korea confirmed US fear of a Russian state still as deceitful, and Ho in Vietnam was awake to the communist call. The Cold War was a way of strife between alternative ways of life, their national insecurity rife with attitudes was mutually frosty. In areas where they were less in charge, helped and hindered by espionage. Hammer and sickle versus stripes and stars, both waging war by proxy.